Welcome to our orientation presentation introducing you to the services at the Wellness Center. The Wellness Center is directed by Joe Behan, Dean of the Wellness Center, and is supported by our Office Coordinator Lee Conti. There are 3 departments in the Wellness Center: the Disability and Learning Resource Center, Health Services, and Counseling Services. All of these services are located on the 13th floor of the Lakeview Building at 116 South Michigan, and you may enter our offices through the 13th floor of the McLean Building. Please take note of our website information on this screen, as the website provides vital contact information and many resources available to students to support their overall wellness. During the COVID-19 pandemic, we transitioned our services primarily online to ensure the safety of our students and staff. Because of this, we're asking all students to call ahead to the service they are trying to reach rather than coming directly to our offices. This practice is expected to be in place throughout the rest of the semester. The phone numbers for each service are currently on screen and are also available on our website. Our offices are open from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, excluding holidays. Let's talk about counseling services first. Counseling services includes 3 fully licensed staff psychologists and a care manager who is also a licensed clinical professional counselor. As well, our licensed art therapist, a graduate of SAIC's art therapy program, also spearheads our campus-wide mental health promotion efforts. In addition to these staff members, Counseling Services manages a robust training program for advanced doctoral level therapists and postdoctoral fellows. This training program allows us to further expand the number of available appointments and the range of expertise offered. Our counselors are trained and ready to respond to a range of concerns, including, but not limited to, anxiety, depression, academic difficulty, self-confidence concerns, relationship concerns, difficulty with concentration, finances, motivation, career stress, and identity-related concerns. In accordance with the SAIC's COVID-19 Make Ready plan, consultations and routine counseling sessions will be conducted through telemental health options, including phone and secure video meeting software. Counseling services will also have limited staffing physically present in the Wellness Center to support students who are experiencing a mental health crisis. Anyone entering the Wellness Center will be required to follow safety guidelines, and we ask that all visitors call counseling services at 312-499-4271 rather than coming directly to our office. This will allow the staff members on site to assess the situation and make preparations to ensure the safety of students, faculty, and staff. Your first contact with counseling services for routine counseling will involve completing an initial consultation with a therapist. To schedule this consultation, you can call the main counseling services phone number, 312-499-4271, and we will work together to find the first available consultation appointment that fits your schedule. On the day of your initial consultation, you will be asked to complete some online paperwork so that the therapist can know about any important background information, including treatment history or other sources of stress in your life. Next, you'll meet with the clinician to get immediate support for your concerns and to work with the therapist to identify the best steps for receiving ongoing support if that's what you're wanting. This is a collaborative process where you and the clinician work together to identify the next best steps to respond to the concerns you're currently managing. Sometimes this means being seen on a short-term basis at the counseling center. Sometimes we provide referral services instead, and those decisions are made by carefully considering all the relevant factors discussed in the consultation appointment. Every session offered by counseling services is free and confidential. Currently enrolled students are eligible to receive up to 16 sessions of individual therapy at the Counseling Center, though not all students find that this is the right fit for their needs, and not all students use all 16 sessions or use them all at once. Decisions about who to see and for how long should be a collaborative process with your counselor. There are some reasons for us to potentially recommend a referral out, and these are listed here. Further, Counseling Services offers brief, solution-focused support to any student in crisis. During office hours, you can reach a Counseling Services clinician by calling the Counseling Services main number, 312-499-4271, and a counselor will call you back as soon as possible. After hours, on weekends, or during holidays, you can still reach a professional counselor through our after-hours line by calling that same number, 312-499-4271, and pressing 1. I want to respond to a few common questions that SAIC's Counseling Services often receives. Counseling Services cannot write prescriptions and will have to connect you to a provider in the community for medication management services, since we do not have a psychiatrist or psychiatric nurse practitioner on staff to write those prescriptions. You may always request a particular counselor or state your preferences for who you wish to see. Because of the volume of clients we see throughout the semester, we cannot guarantee that that counselor will be available, though we always take these requests seriously, and as appropriate, to the best of our ability, we will discuss as a team how best to meet a client's expectations and preferences. The staff at SAIC cannot accept payments for services and cannot continue to see a student outside of SAIC. This can be disappointing, especially after both the client and the counselor have established an effective professional therapeutic relationship. However, staff's availability and multiple ethical and legal concerns are in place that dictate this policy. Throughout this presentation, we've made reference to mental health crises multiple times. A mental health crisis can be very different for different people. There are a few clear examples of a crisis, though, and these include experiencing suicidal thoughts, especially thoughts that pose an imminent risk to your safety. Experiencing thoughts about harming yourself even in a non-suicidal way. These can be dangerous and distressing even if your intention is not to die by suicide. Experiencing thoughts about harming or killing another person, panic attacks, or heightened anxiety that feels as though you cannot control it or recover without additional support. Periods of significant dietary restriction or a significant lack of control over one's eating patterns, especially related to self-image or stress. Significant difficulty managing a response to a traumatic event, whether far in the past or even when it's recently experienced. In general, a mental health crisis is any period of significant distress or difficulty functioning which threatens your safety or the safety of others, or which feels as though it cannot be managed without immediate support from a professional counselor. Again, if you are in crisis, please do not hesitate to reach out. We want to hear from you in these moments of difficulty, and we have someone available to respond to your requests at any time, even on holidays, evenings, and weekends. So that's counseling services. A few quick reminders and reiterations. You can call us at 312-499-4271 to speak with our office support staff, seen before, and to set up an initial consultation. We can often accommodate setting an appointment within just a few days, though this can be a little longer during the busiest times of the semester. And don't forget that if you are in crisis, we are here to help. Don't hesitate. Give us a call, and we can help you get the support that you need. Next, we'll talk about the Disability and Learning Resource Center. The Disability and Learning Resource Center, DLRC, welcomes you to the School of the Art Institute of Chicago. We are a staff of 4. Director Valerie St. Germain, Assistant Director Rebecca Berezin, Disability Specialist Robin Bassana, and Academic Support Coordinator Martin Pereles. The mission of the DLRC is to support a universally accessible educational community that fosters the full participation and contribution of every member. The DLRC carries out its mission by delivering innovative and high-quality services to SAIC students with disabilities and by facilitating and advocating for reasonable accommodations so that students have equal access to all programs, all activities, and all services of the institution. The DLRC cultivates opportunities for students to articulate their strengths, empowers them to advocate for their own learning needs, and identifies and responds to the dynamic nature of students' needs and learning environments. All currently enrolled SAIC students are eligible to receive services at the DLRC. Students may schedule an appointment by calling 312-499-4278 or by emailing dlrc@saic.edu. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, all meetings will be conducted remotely. The regular DLRC hours are Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. The DLRC staff are available to assist students with disabilities. In accordance with the ADA Amendments Act of 2008 and Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act, the DLRC staff works to provide equal access to all SAIC programs, services, and facilities for students with disabilities. The DLRC conducts outreach and programming on practical and artistic disability topics, serves as a resource for faculty and staff, and provides individual accommodations for students. Accommodations may include, but are not limited to, extended time on exams, assistive technology, housing modifications, digital format or text accessibility options, and sign language interpreters. Students must take the first step toward receiving reasonable accommodations by disclosing a condition or need to a member of the DLRC staff. During that initial conversation, students are informed about the documentation process, if it is required, and which accommodations are considered reasonable. Once reasonable accommodations have been determined, a DLRC staff member provides a letter to students and faculty that lists and describes the approved accommodations. Students are responsible for requesting an accommodation letter each semester. Instructors are not obligated to provide accommodations if a letter has not been requested. A timely request is vital as accommodations are not retroactive. Students are under no obligation to disclose their diagnosis or justify their needs for accommodations to their instructors. However, students are encouraged to work collaboratively with their instructors to better address their accommodation needs. Thus, it is often beneficial to talk openly to instructors about the impact of a disability on academic performance. We operate using a strengths-based approach and provide academic support to students in any of the following situations. Students who have documentation of a disability, students who suspect they may have a disability, students currently enrolled in the Academic Access Program, students who are currently on academic warning or probation, or students who have been referred for support by a member of SAIC's faculty or staff. Sessions are generally 1 hour in length and are tailored to each student's unique learning needs. Eligible students will learn how to more effectively utilize study skill strategies in the areas of reading comprehension and written expression, note-taking and organization, and time management. DLRC staff may also address stress management and offer guidance for accessing available resources. Documentation of disabilities may include a formal diagnosis, current symptoms, expected duration, and progression of the disability, as well as present treatment. In addition, the current functional impact of the disability on the student's daily activities and academic performance should be documented so that necessary accommodations can be determined. Documentation forms should be completed by a qualified professional. All forms can be found on the DLRC webpage, or you may contact our office. Okay, let's move to health services. The mission of health services at SAIC is to provide quality healthcare to our students while encouraging them to focus on their physical and emotional well-being. Health services is staffed by board-certified nurse practitioners and a registered nurse. If you would like to schedule an appointment or consultation with a provider, you will start by calling health services at 312-499-4288. Due to the current COVID-19 related restrictions, we request that all students call our office first rather than presenting directly to health services, regardless of the reason for their visit. All currently enrolled, degree-seeking students may utilize health services, and there is no fee for scheduling an appointment or consultation with our providers. When you first contact health services, our support staff will discuss with you your reason for calling, and will then determine what type of appointment is appropriate. Once this is determined, you will be given additional instructions. These instructions may include information about our telehealth visits, including forms to be completed online, recommendations for local providers if needed, or referrals to additional sources of care when that is appropriate. Our providers will be utilizing telehealth for many of our visits in order to continue providing a range of services to meet the needs of our students. Some visits may be done completely through telehealth, while others may require an in-person visit. This will be determined during your initial telehealth visit with one of our nurse practitioners. An important note, all students taking 6 or more credits must meet the state of Illinois immunization requirements. More information about immunization requirements can be found at saic.edu/health. This information is submitted via the SAIC Health Services Patient Portal. All required immunizations are provided free of charge to students in health services. You must schedule an appointment to receive any missing immunizations. COVID-19 testing is not available on-site at health services, but multiple testing sites are within walking distance of campus. Health services can assist with questions and concerns related to COVID-19, including testing site recommendations. We ask that students contact health services to report new symptoms consistent with COVID-19 and the results of any COVID-19 testing. Our contact tracer will work with students who have been informed that they are a close contact of a COVID-19 patient. Contact tracing also includes discussing support options for students who are in quarantine or isolation, assisting with academic communications, and navigating COVID-19 close contact recommendations. At this time, we will not have unscheduled walk-in visits in order to protect students, staff, and other members of the SAIC community. If you are in need of health advice after hours, during weekends, or holidays, there is a 24-hour nurse line available to all SAIC students. They can be reached at 1-800-299-0274. We look forward to offering support, sharing our knowledge, and providing care for your health needs during your time at SAIC. Thank you for taking the time to learn about the services we offer. We believe that health and wellness are of paramount importance to each individual student's success as well as to the health of our community overall. If you are ever unsure about how the Wellness Center may be able to provide support or services, please visit our website or call our main number. And welcome to the School of the Art Institute of Chicago.